We are blessed to have Bill Thompson being Garrett Grantham. And he's going to come and do our program. Let me say, folks, we are delighted to have you here today. This is such a blessing for you to come and share and befriend us. We kind of like that.
Thank y'all kindly, friends and neighbors. Let me kind of get my stuff set up here. Ooh, let me take my sunglasses off and see y'all. Thank y'all, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back here in Madisonville at First Baptist Madisonville.
Wait a minute, Chester, you got off the wrong depot. You're in Conroe, Texas.
What day is this?
Thursday?
Oh, it's Tuesday? Okay, well, yeah, this must be Conroe because Madisonville was going to be Thursday. I'm sorry. It's so glad to be back here in Conroe. Thank you so much. You know, my name's Garrett Grantham, and I'm from Goat Gap, Texas. It's over a little town over near Rosefield. And I know some of y'all were here June of last year when I came, and several of y'all have told me that you couldn't believe that they asked. I mean that they were able to get me to come back. But it's true. I was able to squeeze First Baptist Conroe, it is Conroe, into my schedule for my world tour. I'm on a world tour. I'm a big time star. You know, last year, you know, I had the long hair. I couldn't afford a haircut and stuff. Now I got my hair cut. I got me a new cowboy hat. Got me a shirt and everything. So I'm really going places. And y'all were one of the first ones to see me at kind of the early part of my career. And you know, we big superstars, you know, we change every so often because we want to get our picture on People magazine and all that. So we change our image every so often, just like y'all change your clothes. You know, we change our image. Next year I might have a beard and a nose ring and no hair at all. So you know, we'll just see. Now I got me an electric guitar here. That's something new. Out in Goat Gap, we got electricity this year. We've been waiting on that since Roosevelt, and but we finally got it. And let's see if we can do this thing. We got electricity in Goat Gap. Now we don't have indoor plumbing yet, but we're working on that. And we are hoping that we don't have to make that long walk out to the back 40 every cold morning pretty soon. But we are electrified in Goat Gap, and I hope that I can electrify y'all today a little bit with my little songs and things that I do. Now, since last year, I've had several big hit records. Now, I don't like to brag, but you know, just so you know who you're looking at, I like to tell you some of those songs that you know and love, that you're familiar with. Well, I'm the guy who did those, and so there's no brag, just fact, folks. Now, these are songs, I usually do songs about love and lost love. Now, one of my big hits was, How Come Your Dog Don't Bite Nobody But Me? And then the flip side of that one was, When You Wrapped My Lunch in a Road Map, I Knew You Meant Goodbye. That was a big one.
That's my favorite.
Well, thank you. That was a B-side that became an A-side. Now, another big hit for me was I went back to my fourth wife for the third time and gave her a second chance to make a first-class fool out of me. That was a big one. But my latest hit, and you're only as good as your latest hit, folks, in show business. The big song that I have right now, and I know you've heard it on K-Star and other places. I gave her my heart and a diamond, and she clubbed me with a spade. That's a song of lost love. That's a song of lost love. I alternate between love and lost love, you know, kind of vary it up a little bit. Okay, now I'm not going to sing any of those for y'all today because this is church, okay? And I hope you'll pardon me wearing my hat because, you know, it goes with my image and all that, so I appreciate your making a concession for me on my hat because, you know, I just have to wear it. It's going to be on People magazine next month and everything, so that's part of what I have to do. Now, first, I'd like to take y'all on kind of a nostalgia trip. Now, I used to come to Conroe in my younger years, and when I come back now, I realize that many of the places that, not yet, these sound people, you know, they think they know everything. I'm telling you right now. Ken, now you behave back there. Okay. It's just hard to get good help these days, folks. I'll tell you when I'm ready. I ain't ready yet. Okay. But when I come to Conroe, you know, I notice that a lot of the places that I used to go are gone. They're just gone. And what I want y'all to do now, this other feller, Bill Thompson, said for y'all to save a napkin. Did he tell y'all to do that? I told him to tell y'all to do that.
He did.
Thank you. Get your napkin ready. Now what you're going to do is, what we're going to do here is, I'm going to go through a list of some of the places that are gone in Conroe that y'all might know. When I say the name of a place that you know, I want you to wave that napkin. Have y'all ever seen a football game where they have a spirit towel and the fans are really get fired up and they wave that spirit towel? Well, y'all going to wave your spirit napkin today. If I say the name of a place that you remember from a long time ago, then wave that napkin. I want to see them waving out there. Now this might be the only exercise Glenn gets all day. So I'll be watching you, Glenn. You need to get that workout. But, okay, now let's give it a try. Okay, when I count to three, we're going to count to three and then wave the napkin. Okay, we're going to try it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, wave. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Woo! Give yourselves a hand. That was super. Now, this little ditty, I don't know if you call it a song or not, but anyway, it's just kind of a little trip down memory lane for us all. And I call it Conroe-Nology. Now, that's a word that I invented. It's a Conroe-Nology. It's a technical term. Start it up. Okay. Now, let me find my... We're playing some little nostalgic music. Take it down a notch. I want to be sure that you can hear me. Not that far. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Well, let's start with downtown Conroe. We go and do some drugs over at the Capitol Drug Store. That's where we do our drugs. Okay? Y'all can look around and see who all's waiting. Then go get some supplies for our honeydews over at Everett's Hardware. Okay? Now you can get a lot of other stuff at Warren Burgers. Okay? And you get some fine looking duds over at Cochran's. Okay? Now you may take a quick walk without looking over by Tally's Domino Parlor. And then make your way on over and spend a few hours watching the arrivals and departures at the Conroe train depot. Okay? All right, now let's move on up North Fraser. Might want to have a snack and a cone over at the Dandy Dog. Okay? How about a burger, fries, and shake at the Oasis Drive-In? Y'all are getting a pretty good workout. Now, you might want to change hands so you don't get one arm all muscled up. And you're going to look funny if you have muscles on one arm, you know. Now, right across the street from the Oasis, who knows what fine place was right across the side street from the Oasis? It was the Bluebird Courts. Cut the music. Bluebird Courts. Now, I'd like to see if I got one. Bear with me. Okay. The Bluebird Courts. I'd like to tell a little story, kind of take a little break from the story. You can put your napkin down if you want to take a little rest. But I want to talk about the Bluebird Courts. Those were where the Family Dollar store is now on Fraser. But it used to be when you go to the Oasis Drive-In and be sitting out there and drinking your milkshake, look over across the street, and that was the Bluebird Courts. It was a tourist court. And on August 24th, 1955, a young man came into town in a pink Cadillac with his big orchestra of two players. He had a guitar player and bass player. Who knows who that was? Elvis Presley. He checked into the Bluebird Courts, and then got situated, and he went downtown and got interviewed on radio and stuff, and then went over to Davy Crockett High School. Wave your napkin if you know about that. Okay? Now, Davy Crockett was the high school, and now that is Travis Junior High, Travis Intermediate, about 3 blocks north of here. Well, he did a concert there on the football field. He was part of a tour, and Elvis and the Blue Moon Boys did a concert right up there.
He slipped and fell going down the stage too.
That's right. Well, you stole my thunder. See, I was going to say that, and now you're ruining it. Okay. Don, I need to talk to you after the show. I got a little bone to pick with you. No, Don is right. For the stage, they put 2 flatbed trucks next to each other, and that was the stage. The back of the truck, that was the stage. And they had some steps going up, rickety steps. Well, when Elvis was kind of jumping on up the steps, he tripped, fell, hit his head, knocked himself out for a few minutes, and they had to stop the show, and they, they got him back up, and he went on up and started singing, dusted himself off, and stepped up to the mic, and this is one of the songs that he did that night. Blue moon, blue moon, blue moon, keep shining bright. Blue moon, keep on shining bright, gonna bring the night, my baby tonight. Blue moon, keep shining bright. I say blue moon, up in Tahiti, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left the blue. I said blue moon, up in Tahiti, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and proved untrue. Well, it was on one moonlit night, stars shine bright. Wheels rode high, love said goodbye. Blue moon, up in Tahiti, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left the blue. I said, shine on the one that's gone and left the blue. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, let's continue our tour of Conroe. Ken, play a little nostalgia. Go to one of the other songs there. Continuing the tour of the Conroe of yesteryear. Now, down on South Fraser, Happy Mahaffey's Gulf Station. Okay, a few people know about Happy. I just love that name, Happy Mahaffey. It's a good place to go to get your gas. Lunch can be gotten right next door at Brooks Sandwich Shop. Okay? Get your groceries at the Piggly Wiggly. Okay, we got Piggly Wiggly people here. Then meet some friends for Chinese over at the Moon Palace. Hey! Everybody remember the Moon Palace. Now that you got your appetite out, we're going to lose it by going over by the creosote plant, which had an aroma that was indescribable. Indescribable. South of town was Grand Lake, which then you might know as Camp Straight, has been in the news here recently. Got some news going on about Camp Straight. The west of town is Mrs. Winslow's Antiques and Fine Junk. And then north of town is South Willis. So that's what you got up there. Now for picture shows, lots of choices. The kids can catch the Saturday Cowboy Show at the Crichton Theater. Anyone ever go see a movie at the Crichton? Okay. And then up on Fraser, they had the Neighborhood Twin was back in the neighborhood there in the Wood Creek. I think it shut down. And then when the sun goes down, you could drive out to the drive-in show, which was the High Y. Everyone go to the High Y? Okay. I'm not going to ask you what y'all did out there at the drive-in show, besides watch the movie. Well, y'all did a great job remembering those places in Conroe. Now, cut the music. Now, just to wrap up, I have to put in a little song just so I can copyright this thing here. But now, now you know your Conroe-Nology. Impress your friends with your Conroe-Nology. You took a trip down memory lane with the Conroe-Nology song. Thank you very much. That's it. That's Conroe-Nology. Y'all now have some of that Conroe-Nology. Well, thank you for your participation. That was awesome.